Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a Venus, all placements, all signs reading. One card for each, obviously, as always. Please remember that this reading is for entertainment purposes only, not meant to be taken seriously, as it's a collective reading, okay? Also, please be advised, I do have tarot readings on sale right now. If you go to my link in my bio on my YouTube channel, my Ko-Fi account, it will automatically select it, but it should be 66% off, okay? I also have memberships for sale. It does say that it will go to a higher price. However, if I can get enough people, I don't think I'm going to move it up right away, or at least not for a while. But yeah, I have for the podcast that will be out this month. So there'll be extended stuff for the podcast. There'll be special stuff for YouTube, like extended videos or bonus videos based off YouTube content. And then there'll also be like Ko-Fi only based readings. So there are different tiers on whatever you're interested in. I think they start at like $2.50 a month. They're very, very cheap, but members also get the benefit of extra reading cost like reductions. So you can have each month I'll do for a specific type of reading, like a members only discount, and then it will be like a pay what you want kind of situation. So that means with the pay what you want, it will have like a minimum amount, but you can use either like a code from the membership, because each membership tier has their own code that automatically goes on to the checkout. Or if there's a code that's higher, so like for instance, a lot of it Halloween would be 66% off for some of the tiers. I believe that is higher, so you could use that code instead of your membership tier. So you get huge discounts, right? And it's really cool because like I'm doing this for you guys, kind of like to give back. And the readings are really, really cheap when you're a member. I mean, they're cheap otherwise because I am doing a huge sale till the end of May. However, I just wanted to let you know. I also have birth chart tarot readings. They're not exactly the same as like a birth chart reading. I will, however, need like information to access your birth chart to do the tarot reading. But I will give a little bit of information based off of that, like just a generalization of it. Also, that's all I really got for that. And then I want to do readings on like influencers or famous people or whatever. So please leave in the comments something that you're interested in. If you have a YouTube channel and you are interested in a reading, please leave it in the comment. And at some point here, I'm going to put an email address up. So if you are interested in a reading and you have a YouTube channel, I don't care if you have like 5 subscribers, okay? 10 subscribers, 100, whatever. If you have a YouTube channel and you're interested in a reading, I will do a public reading. Just so you know, it will be public because, you know, but I will be doing like picking readings off of influencers, celebrities, whatever, and kind of going over their birth chart. And that will normally be done at the end of the month. Now, I'm not too sure if I'm going to do that yet. It may be in December I decide to do this, or I might do like 3 in November and then leave December. I haven't quite decided, but starting January for sure, there'll be one each month that I want to kind of elaborate on, if that makes any sense. There'll be a few videos though, because it is a huge breakdown that I'm doing. So if it's something you're interested, awesome. Okay. But it will be public for everybody, just so you know. However, if you want to buy a birth chart reading, that's completely different. Okay. So once again, Aries to Pisces, all signs reading, and Venus placements, love. Okay. So with that being said, I want to kind of look into this and see if I can get this sage to light. What else do I have for information? Also, I have a Ghost Heart Bren tarot Ko-Fi link. That's kind of more directed to my business. It does have memberships, but those memberships are more like for Ko-Fi readings only. and then like there's a discount, and then like some of the memberships have more of a like tarot reading monthly membership. So you get a reading monthly. That won't be public. That would be obviously private. I would send you the link to it. Then there's like a road to memberships, and they have more like access to like creative divination workshops and that kind of stuff. But they also have access to other types of workshops, and they get a reading every 3 months, depending on the tier. And yeah, so that's also something else, but I am more interested in people signing up for the Stars Align Universe Ko-Fi, obviously, because it relates to this channel. I did put the other one there, though, because there is also memberships, and there's bracelets for sale and everything like that on it, because it is more of my business channel, because I do have a business channel on YouTube. Because I kind of needed it to do readings years ago for like Etsy and that. I no longer do readings on Etsy. My store is closed. So that is why I use Ko-Fi and Ko-Fi only, because I just got some issues with that. So anyways, enough rambling. Let's get into this. I think I got the sage lit finally. We're having some issues today. All right, ouch. It burns me. Okay. Cleanse the cards, the energy, and the space, please. Cleanse the cards, the energy, and the space. Cleanse the cards, the energy, and the space, please. Cleanse my energy in my space. Cleanse my energy in my space. Cleanse my energy in my space. Okay, spirit guide, guardian angels, ancestors, I ask for you to join me in this reading today for all signs, Venus placement. So starting with Aries, ending with Pisces. What do they need to know? All signs placements. What do they need to know, please? All signs. Okay, starting with Aries, ending with Pisces. All signs, Venus placements. Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. Okay, so let's get into this quickly. So we have Aries. You have the moon in reverse, Aries. If you have Aries in your Venus, you have the moon in reverse. So you're not really looking in introspection. You kind of know where you want to go, whether it's like love, relationships, career. You kind of have this overall picture. Some of you may not be sure how you're going to get there. However, you know it is possible. Okay, Taurus, you have the Tower. So obviously something needs to fall and collapse for you to rebuild and have life again. So some of you, I heard addictions, may have addictions. Okay. So obviously that means some of you may need to go to rehab or a 12-step program or some kind of therapy so that you can work on fixing that for yourself. Right. That is just an example. Some of you may have a kind of like rocky road in your relationship. So this is saying that some of you may need to assess the situation and kind of like take ownership of your own side and kind of figure out how to work forward. Another thing is you may need to give somebody else space. Okay. They're showing me like a giant like space. So some of you may need to give space. Okay. Gemini, you have the 7 of Cups in reverse. So this is saying that you are a little bit reluctant, okay, to release some kind of emotional distress that you may be feeling right now. Some of you may be feeling a little bit of emotional distress in like your relationships, work, all that kind of stuff, like maybe money. Some of you are feeling a little bit, and some of you may need to just take a time out and like go sit out somewhere, enjoy nature, get a break from everybody, take a walk, do something. Some of you may need to go camping somewhere for an entire weekend. I just heard maybe camping in your garage, which, you know, I wouldn't be surprised. There are people that do that when they need a break from everybody. So, especially if you have a full house, right? You never know. Camping in your backyard, something. Some of you need a break, okay? That's all I see for you. Okay, and Cancer in your Venus, you have the 6 of Cups in reverse. So I see some of you not really, some of you, for some reason, it's showing me some of you are not seeing things clearly. and you're a little bit frustrated. You're not remembering, you're hyper fixated on negative times, and you need to really focus on how to get more positive times in your life. Okay. So if you have Cancer in your Venus, this is kind of just letting you know that it is time for you to build a plan for something. I don't know, this might resonate with you, it might not. Build a plan, okay? And then like also acknowledge what's negative that's bothering you and try to find some kind of positives. I heard some of you are being overly pessimistic and you need a little bit of optimism, okay? So that's for you guys, okay? Next, we have the Leo, Virgo, Libra, and Scorpio. Okay, so Leo, you have the Eight of Swords in reverse. So that is telling me that a lot of you are understanding that you are the only person holding you back in life. Mentally, you are the one holding you back. And if you have hopes and dreams, you are the person that needs to take the movement to see the success. Okay. Ace of Pentacles for you Virgos. I see some of you starting a new foundation now, whether that's love or career. I do see planting like seeds for a new foundation to grow. Okay, some of you may just be starting out in a relationship is also another thing. Okay, Libra, I see some of you need the Strength card. I also see some of you may be a Leo with a Libra Venus. So if you are, this may resonate. Also, if you're a Libra with a Leo Venus, this could also resonate for you as well. Okay. But yes, you need to have strength right now. In your situations, and I see some of you may need to work on some self stuff. Your partner may need to work on some self stuff, and some of you need to find a plan. I heard a plan. So some of you need to build a plan on what it is you want in your future, because some of you may not see any kind of clear vision, which I'm seeing patterns that it's keeping you in like negative patterns that you don't want to be in. Okay, so some of you may need to build some kind of like monthly vision board. Some of you need a weekly vision board. Some of you may need yearly, but I do see for a lot of you, it's going to be a monthly kind of vision board, goal checklist kind of thing. Some of you, if you have ADHD, it's saying don't do it by like your precise day. If you're doing weekly, it's like, this is when I want to achieve this week. Okay. Don't leave it for the last minute. Okay, obviously, I know people with ADHD do that. I do that too. It's not good for us. It's not healthy for us. But I do see as like, don't put a specific day, because you may not, you'll get overwhelmed if you don't achieve that goal in that day. Okay, some of you may need daily goals, but at least have one that's reasonable each day to accomplish. Okay, anyway, sorry, Libra, that was like a whole tangent for you. Somebody needed to hear that. Okay. Scorpio, you have the Empress in reverse, Scorpio. So this is telling me that something in your connection is not very, you're not there. Okay. I see Four Queens energy. So there is something definitely unbalanced. Maybe you want a family or something like that, or you just want to see growth and whatever it is you're trying to achieve, and you're not quite there. Okay. Everything takes time is something kind of what I'm being told. Time makes everything kind of more acknowledgeable for you too. Okay. Sagittarius, you have the Knight of Wands in reverse. So Sagittarius, a little bit of lack of independence is what I'm seeing here. A little bit of codependency energy. Now, I don't know if it's you or somebody around you, but you may be feeling like that. Some of you may be reluctant for help on a passion project, and you may actually need to ask for help is another message I'm getting. Okay. Capricorn, you have the Sun card. So some of you may have a Leo possibly in your life that everything's going splendidly, or some of you are just seeing the success of everything that you've been working on slowly start to roll forward. Okay. Aquarius, you have the World. You have your own card here, Aquarius. So I see many of you standing in that power. of kind of like abundance, okay? Whether it's relationships or financials, I do see many of you kind of standing in that power, or at least finally feeling at a pace. That could be too. Some of you feel paced at a place that you're finally like not super stressed out about everything and kind of just accepting, going with the flow, okay? Finally, we have Pisces. So you have Pisces in your Venus. I see many of you feeling kind of just like at peace, whether you're single or in a relationship. Many of you just feel at peace with where you are, and you're continuing to work on hiring your kind of like higher self situation, meditation, whatever. I see many of you just having this ultimate peace within yourself, okay? If that made any sense, great. If not, once again, everybody throw it away, okay? Finally, let's kind of do a collective for the Venus. What is the collective Venus placements? Ooh, it's a little all over for the collective. So let's find out what the collective, please. What is it for the collective Venus placements? Aries to Pisces, all signs, all elements, you know, collective energy. What is the information we need to know here for the collective? I heard Venus retrograde. I don't know when that is. So hold on. I'm going to take a look to see if there's a Venus retrograde soon. Okay, sorry. We all have the Queen of Swords in reverse. Sorry about that. Apparently I have my YouTube on. Robert Welsh, if you didn't know by the voice, if you could hear it. If not, well, shout out to him. Yeah, so Venus retrograde 2025. I'm just looking it up. So that was for March. So I do see possibly they're just saying something about next year. Venus retrograde would be March to April, and then October to November. Venus retrograde 2025. Sorry. That's all we had. So next year we have more than one Venus retrograde. So maybe that's something that they're kind of acknowledging, or something you experience in Venus retrograde has kind of pushed you in this weird place now, okay? So the Queen of Swords in reverse is there's lies and manipulation and untruths around you, okay? Not everybody, but there could have been something maybe you discovered or you knew from that time frame. That was from like March to April. So that might be something which is now bringing you into this kind of like independent energy. There may have been broken trust that maybe now you're seeing, and now you're like, hey man, I need some independent energy here. You know, somebody may be leaning on you too much. Okay, with the Hermit in reverse, I also see some of you are leaving that introspection, maybe working on healing in that, but some of you definitely are seeking more of an independence kind of energy, like, hey, I feel like we're relying on each other too much and it's not helping me. So I kind of need a little bit of space. I don't know why, but space keeps showing up. So that's kind of what I have for everybody. If that resonates, great. If not, throw it in the trash for another person to pick up. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Please let me know what you want to see in the podcast. Okay. Also, who are you interested in for tarot readings? So I don't know if I mentioned this at the beginning. I can't remember. But if you are a creator on YouTube, okay, well, TikTok and whatever else too, but even if you have like 5, 10, 15, 20, 100 subscribers or something, if you're interested in the reading, I can do a public reading for you. It has to be public, okay? It will be free, and it will be a birth chart reading. It will be, I need your birth chart. So it's going to be more of like, not just a tarot reading, but like an actual like birth chart overall, kind of like predictions off of what I see, and then kind of going into what the birth chart actually says, just highlights, right? And then I will do a reading on them, okay? So with that, it's kind of like testing to see how my abilities really are and kind of like honing into them. So also, if you're not interested, that's okay. I will have an email address here by the end of the week, kind of that you can contact. Okay. But if you're not interested in that, please let me know who you're interested in seeing a birth chart reading. You can tag them if you really want. I don't want like them to be tagged so many times though, or you can like mention them or something. I'll take a look into them. Okay. I don't want anybody to like super problematic, so let's like not. But even your favorite tarot readers, I would love to do readings on them. Some of them I will reach out to see, and then some of them I will like I'll still do the reading even if I can't get like the exact information. But some of them I might reach out and be like, "Hey, like I'm just curious, would you be cool with this?" Some of them I might reach out and be like, "Just so you know, like this is what I want to do." Some of them I might not. I don't know. I haven't decided yet on what exactly I'm doing there. But yeah, if that's something you're interested in, great. Leave a comment, let me know. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a lovely, wonderful, fantastic day wherever you are in the world. Goodbye.